So I'm starting 2024, as I mentioned in Shattered Faith. If you want to check that out, you can. That I'm starting this year in a weird place. I'm feeling weird in myself. I'm still having problems with my medication. And I've been looking back at some of my older podcasts and I've been really critical of myself. I've been in this place where Um, Christmas was probably the worst I've ever had that I can remember. I've probably had worse. I don't know. But in living memory, I felt alone. I felt empty. I felt forgotten. Um, and with my medication change, my suicidal ideation was coming back, and it was coming back really bad. Um, it didn't get to the point where I was making concrete plans. I was definitely making some kind of plans in my head, but nothing concrete. And I was doing the best that I can to fight those voices, those feelings, using all the tools in my toolbox. um, Distraction, um, more distraction. uh, just doing anything that I could, trying to keep busy, be physical, um, just trying to do all the things that I can do to distract myself from that stuff. Now, the big problem was and is that it feels like it's a massive backward step for me at the moment. It feels like I've gone back 10 years in my journey, my healing journey. And that's not true. Because if the same thing had have happened to me 10 years ago, and it did happen, I would have had a breakdown. I had a breakdown a few years ago that led to me leaving the radio station that I was working at. People didn't understand what I was going through and misinterpreted it. And I had essentially a breakdown. Now, the thing of it is when you live with mental illness for a certain number of years, you get used to feeling the way that you feel, and you don't really think back much about how you felt because for me, that's a horrible time. I don't want to be thinking about that stuff. I don't want to think about how I used to feel. But I said to the doctor, and my wife brought it up, that I said, you forget how bad you felt at your worst times. And that's true because I'm going through stuff. It's horrible. It's terrible. And I'm reliving situations that I was in my past, times where I couldn't deal with things, times where it was impossible for me to deal with things. And this time I'm riding it and I'm doing better. I'm not going back to the depths that I used to go to. But at the same time, I hate myself. I'm so mad that I'm still in this place. I'm so mad that I'm not strong enough to be healthy, that I'm so broken that even at my best, I can stumble and fall because of my mental illness. At the end of last year, I did a few impromptu podcasts because I was struggling too much. I was just in too much pain. And I did one on being kind to yourself. Now, I've not listened to that one again. And I'm not going to for a little while because I want to address this from the place that I'm in today. And the place that I'm in today is that I am extremely sad. I am incredibly anxious. I'm hyper aware and I'm angry. I feel like I've lost everything that I achieved over years of effort. Here's the crux. All of that is a lie. And I've titled it Be Kind to Yourself because I'm telling me that I need to be kind to myself, that I need to say to myself, and this is what I'm trying to do, is, Mark, you have come so far. This is not going back to where you were. You will never go back to where you were unless you stop taking your medication and doing all the things that you need to do to be healthy. And that takes a measure of being kind to myself that I am not used to. Giving myself the benefit of the doubt, giving myself the opportunity to say that it's okay that you're not okay. People right now are going through similar things to what I'm going through. People are struggling with their mental health. People are in hospital. There's people in psych wards. There's people that are struggling at home. There's quite possibly, while we're speaking, there's somebody that is working out how to end their own life. And a lot of that is because they just don't know to be kind to themselves. This is a moment. And yes, it's a terrible moment, but it will end. You need to be patient. You need to wait. And you need to be kind to yourself, which is the hardest thing in the world to do because it's the last thing that your mentally ill mind can conceive is that you are actually a good person doing your best. And your best is actually pretty good. Might not feel like it, but your best is pretty good. I don't know what you need to do to be kind to yourself. For me, it's just to switch off that voice in my head that is screaming at me about how inadequate I am as a husband, a father, a friend, as a person. I need to understand that when things upset me, it's okay that I get upset. What I do with that anger is under my control. Tend to feel that, somebody does something and in your head you go, oh, get there. And you feel like you've failed. But for me, the that's not a failure. The failure is when I go, "Argh," and then I say something that I'm going to regret, something that's going to hurt someone. That is a success. And yeah, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like I lost my temper. But I didn't carry it out. I didn't inflict it on someone else. Something that has struck me over Christmas as well is there have been times where I've been treated unfairly. I have been forgotten about. I've been the last person that's been thought about. And I wanted to get mad at myself for that. Like, clearly, that's my fault. Clearly, I am inadequate. Clearly, I have done something. And the thing of it is that in some of the cases, I was right. In some of the things that I did and things that I asked for, things that I said, I was actually right. And I needed people to just say, you know what, dude, I'm sorry. You are right. But people wouldn't say that because they saw me acting out of this place of mental illness. Part of what I've had to do to get past this, to get past these, you know, really inconsiderate things that people have done to me. They just kind of expect that, I've put them through a lot of crap in the past. So, you know, if they put me through some crap, perhaps that's almost justified. But the thing that I've had to do, and it's the absolute opposite of what I thought I should do, which is to be angry and cry out for justice. But the way I've been kind to myself in these situations is I've just said, you know what? I'm just going to forgive him. And it's not for them, it's for me. Because when that anger comes up about that situation again, I can say, hey, I've already dealt with this. I forgive them and it's okay. There are many, many ways that you can be kind to yourself. And I can't tell you what they are. But what I can encourage you to do is to try and find those things and allow yourself the peace of saying, you know what? Things might be bad. I'm okay. I'm a nice person. I'm a good person. I'm not as horrible as my mind is telling me. 2024, I do not know what it's going to deliver. I hope that you like and share this post. I am not looking for fame or success. I'm looking to help as many people as I can. And I'm hoping that you'll come along with me on that journey. I always try and think of a way to close out one of these conversations. And I like to stick to it. It's just something I like to do. Still haven't decided exactly what I want to say, but I just want to finish how I started. Please learn to find ways to be kind to yourself. You deserve it.